Joint pain is one of the most common and limiting health issues facing seniors over 60. According to the CDC, nearly 50% of adults aged 65 and older experience some form of arthritis or chronic joint stiffness, especially in the knees, hips, and hands. The impact goes beyond discomfort. Joint pain affects mobility, balance, independence, and overall quality of life. While many turn to medications or supplements for relief, few realize that everyday fruits can be just as powerful, and often safer, in supporting joint health. Thanks to decades of nutritional research in senior health, we now understand that certain fruits contain bioactive compounds that reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and promote joint repair from within. These aren't exotic or hard-to-find remedies. They're accessible, affordable, and most importantly, backed by science. By including specific fruits in your daily diet, you may be able to ease stiffness, support your joints, and walk with more confidence without relying on painkillers. In this episode of Elderly Reflections, we'll explore 5 of the best fruits for joint health after 60, with expert insights, practical tips, and inspiration grounded in elderly wisdom. If you care about longevity, senior health, and everyday life lessons from the elderly, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story filled with motivation and real value. When it comes to joint pain, most seniors over 60 have tried almost everything: painkillers, creams, warm compresses, supplements. But despite all the effort, many still wake up stiff, walk cautiously, and fear every stairway or rainy morning. The truth is, joint pain after 60 isn't just a matter of age. It's also a matter of inflammation. And what you put into your body matters far more than what you apply outside. In Elderly Reflections, we often say healing begins in the kitchen, not the cabinet of pills. That's why we're starting this journey with 2 of the most powerful fruits you can eat daily, not only to ease pain, but to restore comfort, balance, and a small but essential piece of independence. These are more than just snacks. They're natural medicine shaped by nature, backed by science, and trusted by seniors across Europe and America. Let's begin with a tiny fruit that's been called brain food for decades, but it also does wonders for your knees and hips. Blueberries. These small, deep blueberries are a rich source of anthocyanins, natural compounds that fight inflammation and oxidative stress. Why does that matter? Because joint pain is inflammation. Arthritis, stiffness, swelling, it all traces back to your body's internal response to wear and tear. In one study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, researchers found that daily blueberry consumption significantly reduced inflammatory biomarkers in older adults. That's not theory. That's real, measurable healing happening quietly inside the body. Blueberries also improve blood circulation, particularly in the small vessels that nourish cartilage and connective tissue. Better blood flow means more nutrients and oxygen reaching your joints, and faster removal of waste that causes stiffness and pain. Seniors dealing with reduced mobility or joint fatigue can greatly benefit from this silent repair happening inside the body, meal by meal. But there's more. Blueberries are also packed with vitamin C, which supports collagen production, essential for keeping your joints elastic and your cartilage from breaking down. Without collagen, even simple movement becomes painful, and every step can feel like bone grinding on bone. Adding blueberries to your daily routine doesn't require a recipe book. Half a cup each morning, tossed over oatmeal, blended into a smoothie, or eaten as a snack, can be enough. They're gentle on digestion, low in sugar, and available in frozen form year-round, even in colder climates like Scandinavia or northern Canada. Consider Barbara Langston, a 69-year-old from Colorado. For over a decade, she endured knee stiffness that turned morning walks into dreaded rituals. I remember sitting at the edge of my bed, taking deep breaths just to find the courage to stand up, she told her local senior center. Her daughter, a physical therapist, suggested she try something different. Not a pill, but a pattern. Blueberries every morning with breakfast. Barbara was skeptical. A fruit? That's all? She said. But she agreed. After 6 weeks, She reported something she hadn't felt in years: lightness. It wasn't dramatic, but it was real. My knees didn't argue with me when I stood up. I could walk to my garden without wincing. She didn't change her medication. She didn't join a new gym. Just a bowl of oatmeal, a handful of blueberries, and a quiet decision to show up for herself every day. Her story reminds us of a powerful truth. Elderly wisdom teaches that the simplest changes, when repeated daily, often bring the deepest healing. Now, let's move to a fruit that many don't even think of as fruit. It's soft, green, and full of healthy fats: avocado. While technically a berry, avocado behaves more like a healing balm for the body, especially when it comes to joint pain. What sets it apart is its high content of monounsaturated fat, specifically oleic acid, the same compound found in olive oil that's been linked to lower inflammation and improved joint lubrication. For seniors, this is more than nutritional trivia. Oleic acid has been shown to suppress genes involved in the inflammatory response, especially those linked to osteoarthritis, the most common form of arthritis among the elderly. In addition, avocados contain a unique compound called ASU, avocado soy unsaponifiables, which, according to clinical research published in the Journal of Rheumatology, can slow cartilage degradation and improve joint function over time. Unlike many over-the-counter pain relievers, ASU doesn't just mask pain, it targets the root of degeneration. Avocados are also packed with potassium, more than bananas in fact. This mineral helps reduce fluid retention in tissues and muscle cramps, two frequent culprits that make joint movement harder. For seniors who experience joint pain accompanied by muscle tightness or nighttime leg cramps, avocados offer a natural, side effect-free solution. They're also a rich source of vitamin E, which protects joint tissue from oxidative stress and supports immune balance. What does this mean for your joints? Less swelling, more movement, and better comfort throughout the day. For those wondering how to add avocado into their daily lives after 60, here's the beauty. It's flexible. Half an avocado a day is enough. You can mash it on whole grain toast, blend it into a smoothie with kale and apple, add it to a salad, or simply enjoy it with lemon and sea salt. For seniors with weaker digestion, avocado's soft texture makes it easy to eat and absorb, even with sensitive stomachs or dental issues. And in colder European countries where fresh avocados might be expensive, many stores now carry vacuum-sealed halves that retain freshness for days. Let's meet George Winthrop, an 81-year-old retired mechanic living in Manchester, England. George hadn't been able to walk his neighborhood loop in over 2 years. "My hips just locked up," he recalled. "No painkillers helped. I just sat more and moved less." His daughter, a clinical dietitian, suggested he try a 30-day food shift. No supplements, no drastic changes, just one, half an avocado every morning. George shrugged, but he tried it. Within 2 weeks, he said the mornings felt smoother. "I didn't need to use my cane in the kitchen. I could stand longer without needing a chair." By the 4th week, he walked the full block without stopping. "I didn't realize how much that little fruit could do," he admitted. "I feel like I'm back in the fight again." George's words echo what so many life lessons from the elderly teach us. It's not the size of the step, but the willingness to take it that matters. And with foods like avocados, healing often begins before you even notice it. Both blueberries and avocados are quiet warriors. They don't promise overnight relief, and they won't replace a medical diagnosis. But they offer something more sustainable: daily support. A way to feed the body what it truly needs to repair, protect, and move freely again. In elderly reflections, we often hear this question: what's the secret to staying mobile after 70? It's not one thing. It's many small things, done consistently. Adding these fruits to your plate is one of the most accessible steps you can take. Not because it's trendy, but because it works. Because the science is solid. Because seniors across the world are living proof that food, when chosen wisely, becomes fuel for the freedom you thought you lost. And we're just getting started. The next fruit on our list is bold, crimson, and carries centuries of reputation for healing and renewal. It may even help your joints regenerate at the cellular level. If the first two fruits, blueberries and avocados, offer internal repair and nourishment, the next two on our list go a step further. They not only reduce inflammation, but actively promote tissue regeneration, protect your immune system, and support digestion, a combination essential for anyone navigating the unpredictable terrain of senior health. After age 60, digestion slows, immunity weakens, and inflammation becomes a daily enemy. But nature, in its quiet wisdom, provides solutions, sometimes in the form of vibrant seeds and soft orange flesh. Let's begin with pomegranates, the red jewel of the Mediterranean, long revered for their healing properties. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols, specifically punicolagens and ellagic acid, compounds with scientifically proven anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. According to a 2017 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consumed pomegranate juice daily experienced significant reductions in joint tenderness and stiffness after just 6 weeks. The study showed these compounds help inhibit enzymes that break down cartilage in the joints, making pomegranates a natural defense against osteoarthritis. But pomegranates offer more than joint protection. They also enhance blood flow by promoting nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation, a vital function for delivering nutrients to inflamed areas. Poor blood flow is one of the hidden factors that makes recovery slow in seniors. Better circulation means better repair. This fruit also helps protect against one of aging's more subtle threats, oxidative stress. Every day, our cells are bombarded with unstable molecules called free radicals. These molecules damage tissues, including joints, and accelerate aging. Pomegranates, with their deep red juice, flood the body with antioxidants that neutralize these radicals and give your cells the break they need to heal. One more benefit? Vitamin C. One glass of fresh pomegranate juice provides over 40% of a senior's daily recommended intake, supporting immunity, collagen production, and the health of connective tissues. How can seniors use this fruit practically? Pomegranate seeds, also called arils, can be eaten plain, sprinkled over yogurt, or added to salads. For those with sensitive teeth or digestion, fresh pomegranate juice, with no added sugar, is an excellent option. Try half a glass with breakfast or before bed. Some studies suggest drinking it at night may even improve sleep quality due to its anti-inflammatory effects. And for those on blood pressure medication, speak with your doctor. It can lower blood pressure naturally, sometimes significantly. Now consider Dorothy, an 80-year-old widow from Portland, Oregon. She had battled chronic joint inflammation for over a decade. "I stopped gardening," she said, "because getting down on my knees felt like someone was twisting a wrench inside them." Her granddaughter, a biology student, came home one summer and suggested she try adding pomegranate juice to her morning routine. "It's got more anti-inflammatory power than most pills," she said. Skeptical, Dorothy started with just half a cup a day. 3 weeks later, I found myself pulling weeds again, and I didn't even realize I was kneeling until I stood up. Dorothy now drinks her juice chilled, with a sprig of mint, every morning. "It's not just about knees," she said. "It's about getting back pieces of yourself you thought were gone." That's the heart of elderly reflections, not miracles, but quiet motivation. When a change becomes a habit, the body often finds its way home. And now, from the ancient lands of Persia and Greece, we move to the tropical fields of Central America and Southeast Asia. A fruit many seniors overlook, yet one that holds powerful healing in its golden orange core: papaya. Often dismissed as exotic or unfamiliar, papaya is one of the most digestive-friendly fruits for seniors. But its greatest benefit is found in its natural enzyme, papain, which breaks down proteins, reduces inflammation, and supports the repair of soft tissue around the joints. According to the British Journal of Nutrition, papain acts similarly to NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, but without damaging the stomach lining or raising blood pressure, 2 major concerns for seniors using long-term medications for joint pain. But the digestive benefit is not secondary. Gut health plays a direct role in inflammation levels throughout the body. A sluggish or unbalanced gut can leak inflammatory molecules into the bloodstream, increasing joint pain. Papaya, rich in soluble fiber and prebiotics, helps clean out the gut, reduce bloating, and promote the growth of good bacteria, creating a healthier internal environment where healing can begin. That's why senior health experts increasingly emphasize gut care as a core part of arthritis treatment. A healthy gut equals healthier joints. In addition to papain, papayas offer an abundance of vitamin C, folate, and beta-carotene, all nutrients that help build and repair connective tissue, strengthen the immune system, and protect against age-related degeneration. Their soft texture also makes them easy to eat for seniors with dental issues or poor appetite. And because they're low in sugar and high in water content, they hydrate the body while supporting natural detoxification. For seniors unfamiliar with papaya, start simple. Cut into cubes and enjoy after lunch as a gentle digestive aid. For those managing acid reflux or sensitive stomachs, papaya enzymes can soothe rather than irritate. In colder climates, papaya can be found in most supermarkets or purchased dried, unsweetened, for snacking. Let's hear from Margaret, a 76-year-old from Naples, Florida. A retired nurse, Margaret was always skeptical of dietary claims until she experienced them. For years, she battled IBS and osteoarthritis. Every afternoon, I'd get this aching tension in my joints and this bloating that made me not want to eat, she said. On the advice of a friend from her Tai Chi class, she began eating a small bowl of papaya after lunch daily. It was like something clicked. I wasn't just digesting better. My joints didn't feel like they were screaming by 4 p.m. After a month, she was sleeping deeper, moving easier, and even cut her reflux medication in half, with her doctor's guidance. I never would have believed it, Margaret says now. But this fruit gave me back control, not just of how I eat, but how I move. Stories like Margaret's are more than testimonials. They're life lessons from the elderly, living proof that natural solutions, when applied consistently, create freedom. Pomegranates and papayas don't come with television ads or loud promises, but what they offer is far more valuable. Quiet, reliable healing for aging joints and bodies that simply want to move again without pain. In a world where seniors are often sold complexity, these fruits offer simplicity. In a culture obsessed with pills, they offer nourishment. And in every bite, they remind us, the body was designed to heal. It just needs the right ingredients. Coming up next is a fruit nearly everyone has in their home. It's familiar, crunchy, and often underestimated. But research shows it plays a powerful role in reducing inflammation and supporting blood sugar balance, two key factors in joint pain relief. And unlike supplements or specialty foods, it's likely sitting on your kitchen counter right now. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But what many seniors don't realize is that apples don't just keep doctors away. They may keep inflammation down, blood sugar stable, and energy levels balanced. For anyone over 60, especially those living with joint pain, this matters more than ever. Because while other fruits offer deep repair or exotic enzymes, apples offer reliability. They work quietly, daily, and in more ways than most expect. Apples are rich in quercetin, a powerful flavonoid with strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. According to research from the University of Maryland Medical Center, quercetin helps reduce the activity of inflammatory enzymes and blocks the production of histamines, both of which contribute to joint swelling and discomfort. What makes apples especially helpful for seniors is their fiber, particularly a type called pectin. Pectin slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and feeds good gut bacteria. Why is that important? Because when blood sugar spikes, it triggers inflammatory responses, and unstable glucose levels have been linked to increased joint pain and fatigue in the elderly. Apples, with their slow-burning natural sugars, help prevent that. They support metabolic balance, keeping inflammation at bay from the inside out. But apples do more than reduce pain. They also support the gut-joint connection, a term increasingly recognized in senior health circles. A healthier gut means better nutrient absorption, better immune responses, and lower systemic inflammation. Combined, this can mean less joint stiffness in the morning, better energy in the afternoon, and fewer flare-ups throughout the week. Best of all, apples are affordable, familiar, and accessible in nearly every grocery store from Copenhagen to California. For daily use, seniors should choose whole apples, preferably red-skinned varieties like Fuji or Honeycrisp, which have higher antioxidant levels. Eat them raw with the peel on, as long as digestion allows. Slice them into warm oatmeal, or lightly bake them with cinnamon for a comforting treat. One apple a day truly is enough to make a difference, not just in numbers, but in how your knees feel when you walk across the room. Take Henry, an 82-year-old grandfather in upstate New York. Henry had given up his daily walks around the lake due to constant ankle swelling. He assumed it was just old age. But when his daughter, a home care nurse, suggested a fiber-rich anti-inflammatory diet starting with a daily apple, he laughed. That's it? A fruit? But he agreed. 6 weeks later, he was back to walking. Carefully at first, then with more confidence. I didn't realize what I was missing until I got it back, he said. One apple at a time. That's what elderly wisdom reminds us. Small actions, repeated daily, often change more than we ever expect. So how can you bring this all together? Blueberries, avocados, pomegranates, papayas, and apples into a sustainable strategy that truly supports your joints? Start with this simple 5-day rotation plan. To make these healing fruits part of your everyday life without feeling overwhelmed, you can follow a simple 5-day rotation plan designed especially for seniors. On day 1, begin your morning with a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh or frozen blueberries and enjoy crisp apple slices as an afternoon snack. On day 2, start the day with avocado mashed onto whole grain toast and include a small glass of pomegranate juice during lunch or mid-afternoon. For day 3, add a bowl of ripe papaya after your lunch. It's soothing and light. And in the evening, treat yourself to a baked apple with a sprinkle of cinnamon for both comfort and joint care. Day 4 is perfect for blending. Combine blueberries, papaya, and a handful of spinach into a nutrient-packed smoothie that supports digestion, inflammation, and immunity. Then, on day 5, enjoy a salad topped with creamy avocado and ruby red pomegranate arils, and finish your day with a whole apple before bedtime, helping regulate blood sugar while you rest. This rotation isn't strict. It's gentle, flexible, and made to fit naturally into a senior's rhythm. By repeating it weekly or mixing the fruits as you like, your body gradually begins to heal from within, one quiet, intentional choice at a time. Keep the rotation gentle, flexible, and consistent. The key is not perfection, it's pattern. You don't need to eat all 5 fruits every single day, but by including at least 2 into your daily rhythm, you create a natural, food-based anti-inflammatory system that works in your favor. And here's the larger lesson. Joint pain after 60 isn't a sentence, it's a signal. A message from your body asking for support, nourishment, rhythm, and care. It doesn't always need a stronger pill. Often, it needs stronger habits. Habits rooted in food, in simplicity, in nature. As shared across generations in elderly reflections, the seniors who live with the most freedom are not the ones who avoid aging, but those who learn how to walk with it. If you've been feeling discouraged, limited, or stuck in your body, know this. The path back to ease is not closed. It's just quiet. And sometimes, all it takes to begin is the decision to add one healing fruit to your plate and trust that your body still wants to feel good. Because it does. And because you deserve that. Aging doesn't have to mean surrendering to pain. It doesn't have to mean giving up the walks you once loved, the mornings you used to greet with ease, or the simple joy of standing without bracing yourself. Sometimes, healing begins not in the medicine cabinet, but in the fruit bowl. Blueberries that soothe inflammation, avocados that nourish the joints, pomegranates that strengthen circulation, papayas that restore digestion, and apples that bring balance. These are not just foods. They are quiet companions in your journey toward a more comfortable, more independent life after 60. If you've made it this far, know this. You already carry within you the willingness to change. And that is the most powerful step. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, your body still listens. It still responds. It still hopes. If this video brought you clarity, comfort, or even just a new idea, please take a moment to like and subscribe to Elderly Reflections. Your support allows us to continue sharing stories, senior health guidance, and life lessons from the elderly, honest, hopeful, and grounded in real experience. And before you go, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Where in the world are you watching from today? Let us know, because every voice adds warmth to this growing community.